Whoa, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Sports. We're going to jump into some NBA today. Um, but before we do that, I want to share something with y'all. I was watching, and if you haven't watched it, I was watching The Pivot, Ryan Clark, Tatum, and Fred. Man, I'm sorry, I get their names mixed up sometimes. But all of them are straight superstars. Well, they have a great show. The Pivot is just a great show. I love the style, I love everything, but most importantly, I love the exposure they give to their guests. So I was watching the other day, and they had Angel Reese, they had Floje on there from the LSU National Championships, first time ever done in history. On the Hardwood, just had to say that again. Um, and it wasn't necessarily the show itself. Um, it was watching these young teenagers growth. And I should say young adults. I mean, these girls look completely polished already. And I think one's 18 and one's 20. So it got me to thinking, and I actually, because these girls were talking about money, they were talking about goals, they were talking about, their future, how much money and they're not bragging, but just mentioning how much money they already have. They're really making more money than some players in the WNBA. But I want to focus on the age. Um, they're between 18 and 20. So I want you to let that soak in because a lot of us, especially around my age, have teenage kids. So what I did was I talked to my wife and I told her how she watched it with me, and I said that's very disturbing. But then I'm gonna tell you why I say it's disturbing in these days and times, but really in any time, in any era. It's disturbing because hell, all my daughters think about is getting their nails done, getting their hair done, um, how they look. They're in the mirror. It's crazy. So let me tell you what I did. I cannot tell you to do what to do in your own household, but it's a reflection on the parents when you can't guide your child to focus on their future. I give you an example. I made enough mistakes between 18 and 25 to last a lifetime, and some of them still paying for today. Um, so I just took a hold of the reins and said, no, it's got to be some changes made because how is it my daughter that is grown and my daughter who lives with me now, how is it that um, we can't get you guys to focus on your future so when you get my age, you don't have to worry about anything. And I took the responsibility to say, I'm gonna make some changes because when I seen those two little girls talking, y'all let me explain something to you. Before you start saying, oh, they have a lot of good influence around them. They got, ex LSU players. No, no, no. These girls came to LSU like this, which means they already had the growth. And the things that they're talking about will set them for life, where they can just live their life and really live life to the fullest. But yet, my only thing, I'm not saying that my daughters are not worthy, but they are. What I'm saying is they're not focused. It's because if you worried about your nails or worried about your freaking hair or how you look, then what exactly is your goal? And it ain't just young kids. It's old. It's women older, 35, 40 years old. I think, and I know myself, I'm taking it on myself to let's get focused. If you haven't seen what's going on in society today, you might want to get focused because I'm sorry, it's a lot of stuff going on. And you don't want to be at the tail end of that because the way society is moving, there's going to be rich and then there's going to be poor. And rich is going to control everything. and poor. And I say poor, when I'm talking about poor, I'm talking about $150,000 a year. That's going to be considered poor. So imagine what $30,000 or $40,000 a year going to be. We got to get focused. These little girls are focused. It made me realize I'm not focused. I'm not focused enough. So I got to get focused. Then I got to get my girls focused. And we got to get things moving, because I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not living on that side of the world. I've lived on that side of the world long enough. That's just me. That's just my thoughts, my opinions. Now, let's get down to basketball. Man, listen, I want you guys to understand something. If you didn't see the Chicago-Miami game last night, then you missed a good one. You missed two teams fighting their behind off to get in the playoffs. It was an epic performance on both sides. It doesn't matter if Miami won. There was some mistakes made at the end, but that happens in all good games. Now, let me tell you something. If you didn't watch this game, go back and watch it. It is really, really a good game. And I got a feeling the entire NBA playoffs is going to be like that. I believe this is one of the most competitive years the NBA has ever had. Now, on the other side of this, like I said, I don't gossip over my show, but what I do a little bit. I gotta throw this out there because it's a big deal. CJ McCollum called out Zion. Now it's encrypted, but if you know anything about sports or teams, he called him out. And you know what? He should have. He should have called him out. If you've been following me, I done told you guys over and over again. If you've been following me, Zion, the Pelicans have to make some type of adjustment for Zion Williamson, because right now he looks lazy and like a bust. I don't care how much talent he has when he get on the court. The best ability is accountability, and until you get on that court, it means nothing. I just had to get that out. I'm happy for CJ McCollum. I'm glad he called him out. That's what leaders do, man. I got mad props for you. Okay, if you've been following me, NBA playoff series is what I've been doing. Well, now it's the road to the finals. We are at a road to the NBA finals. We are introducing an addition to the NBA playoff series called the road to the finals. All right, here's a tip. I still have Golden State in the finals. That hadn't changed. And actually, technically, I don't know if we could say easy, but it is kind of easy. Their road is very easy compared to Phoenix. I can tell you that. So with that being said, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through the series, who's matching up with who, and give you my prediction on who's going to actually win each series. All right, we're going to start with the simple. Make this real simple for you guys. This is not going to be no dazzling, oh my God kind of show. This is just going to be direct and straight to the point, because I'm missing one of the games right now. But my responsibility to my following is always going to be top notch. So the first game of the day, which is the first series of the day, is going to be 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. My son is not going to like this, but the Brooklyn Nets are not going to beat the 76ers. Let's just get that out the way right now. Now, I'm going to be doing reels of every single game after the game, telling you who I believe is going to win the next game. So look for that coming real soon. Check this out. I got the 76ers and the Nets, and I got the 76ers winning this series in 6 games. They may do it sooner. But I'm going to give Brooklyn their respect that they deserve and give them 6 games. It'll be a good learning experience for Brooklyn. No big deal. They can make some adjustments and make a deep run next year. But this is not the year. This is not the year for the Brooklyn Nets. So all Brooklyn fans, much love for you, but you're not going to beat the 76ers. And if you know anything about basketball, you know you're not going to beat the 76ers unless there's something really bad happen, like Joel Embiid get hurt for the year. Other than that, it's just not going to happen. But I don't see Joel Embiid get hurt for the year. And I don't think that the Brooklyn Nets can stop Joel Embiid. Honestly, I don't think nobody can stop him the way that dude is playing this year. That's just my opinion, though. So in the series 1, Brooklyn versus 76ers, I got the 76ers in 6 games. All right. We also got the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, listen to me closely. New York has suffered a major loss. Man, it's sad because the New York Knicks was balling. I mean, I'm like, man, I hate injuries, but they are part of the game. And I hate it, but because I had New York going, I made a video saying that I had the New York Knicks going in deep into the playoffs, at least second round, a strong second round, going toward the finals. No, no, man, I don't know. I do know this. I know the New York Knicks is going to put up a serious fight, but I do not think they can beat the Cavaliers without their superstar. I just don't think they can. So with that, I got watch this now. I'm gonna show you how much faith and love I have for the New York Knicks. I still got them going 7 games, but I got the Cavaliers winning in 7, maybe 6, but probably 7. And I hope you guys chime in on this and tell me what you're thinking about what I'm saying because I'm all out there in the wind. I ain't trying to hide behind nothing. No stats, no nothing. Just giving it to you how I see it, how I think it's going to go down. Okay, now that's the East. Here's a series that all gamblers pay attention. Oh, this is your money series. The Hawks and the Celtics. Okay, so watch this. Hawks fans, you're not going to like this. Take the Celtics across the board. The Hawks are not going to win not one game. Not one. I believe the Celtics are going to sweep the Hawks. Why do I believe that? Because Trae Young is really not that good, and he's not as good as people try to make him to be. Let me put it that way. Don't get it wrong. Trae Young is a superstar. He's a NBA player. He has the skills. I just don't see him being an elite player. So don't be sending me these negative messages. Look, I'm not trying to put him down. I'm just saying I don't see him as elite. And when you got to go up against the Boston Celtics, who was really 2 games away from winning the championship last year, no, man, I don't see you winning a game. Your crowd can be as loud as they want to be. They can give you all the energy you want to give. You ain't gonna win no game. And betters, there you go. You know, I don't mess around with them prop bets, so you know I would take the Celtics in every single game. If the Hawks win a game in this series, it would be a big surprise for me. So I ain't gonna even waste my time talking about this series. Celtics in 4. All right, now we're gonna move to the West. You got the Lakers and the Grizz. I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. You got the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. I started laughing because if you haven't seen the Lakers play the Grizzlies during the regular season, it was really funny watching the Grizzlies try to intimidate LeBron James. I mean, just think about what you're doing. If you really think you're gonna get in LeBron James' head, all you're gonna do is piss him off and then get him to LeBron James is an elite player. When you piss off elite players, they give it to you. They give it to you like you don't want to have it. If I was the Memphis Grizzlies, once they start struggling against the Lakers, if I was them, I will hold my cool and not try to bully everybody because that's exactly what you're gonna do, Memphis. As soon as the Lakers start getting off into you, you're gonna start trying to bully them because you don't really adjust. You just bully the team until you just beat them. Although I do, unfortunately for the Laker fans, I got the Grizzlies winning this series, but I do have it being a dogfight. I do. I got this going 6. I do not have it going 7. But wait, before y'all judge me on the Grizzlies pick, that's just logical sense. But let me flip the script. Yeah, let me turn the knob just a little bit. Just a little bit. The Lakers have this. It's really weird when I watch them. It's like they're like waiting on the other team to do something so they can start playing. I don't know what it's called. But if the I'm just gonna put this out here because I want it to be on wax. If the Grizzlies lose to the Lakers in game 1, watch out. See, because right now, other than LeBron and a few other players on that team, the Lakers probably don't know if they can beat the Grizzlies. Of course, they're not going to say that, but they don't know if they can or not. But LeBron James, this is getting toward the end of his career. And I believe he's playing hurt right now. Man, I'm going to tell y'all something. Even though I'm picking the Grizzlies in this series, I would not be one. It would be an upset, but I would not be one bit surprised if the Lakers beat the Grizzlies. Let me tell you why. Because Ja Morant ain't Ja Morant. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do not believe that Ja Morant is the point guard for this team. I think Ja Morant would fit in well somewhere else. Don't get me wrong, he is still a superstar and he is still elite. But I think that team plays better without Ja Morant. I don't care what nobody say. I've seen it too many times. With that being said, that opens that window, that little crack for the Lakers to ease through. The Memphis Grizzlies at the end of the season was turning the ball over in mass numbers. I'm just saying, be careful with this one. This one I can just say it's kind of a question mark. Even though I'm picking the Grizzlies in 6, I am not gonna be surprised if the Lakers upset them. It would not surprise me one freaking bit. And another reason, if you want to call me a hater on the Grizzlies, I am. I can't stand them. You'll know that you'll know as I talk about future games in this playoff in this NBA Finals run that I don't like the Grizzlies, but I still have to respect them. With that being said, I'm taking the Grizzlies in 6, but it is a question mark. Remember, I said that. All right, we got the Heat and the Bucks. Let me explain something to y'all. Miami Heat ain't gonna win one game. This is a sweep. Milwaukee Bucks will sweep them. The only way the Miami Heat win a game is Giannis or Drew or the other superstar over there get hurt. They may win a game. Man, the Miami Heat barely got past Chicago. Milwaukee, going into Milwaukee in that playoff atmosphere, man, look, this is 4 games. Bettors, hear me out. Here you go. This is the game. I got Milwaukee beating them in 4 games. I don't see that being a big series. Okay, now Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. Listen, Denver. There's a lot of you fans, a lot of Denver fans out there saying, "Well, we don't get no respect. We don't get no respect." Okay, I will give you that because I don't respect you yet because you haven't won a playoff series in God knows how long. Now, when I say playoff series, I'm sorry, you haven't been to the finals. And guess what? You may struggle against the Timberwolves. You may struggle because the Timberwolves is a really good defensive team. So don't underestimate their defense. I know you guys have scores over there. For some reason, when the playoff starts in the Denver Nuggets, y'all ball don't seem to want to go inside the hoop. It just seem to want to bounce off the backboard or the front rim. I've seen it happen with Denver more than once. Just saying, don't shoot the messenger. So yeah, Denver, you're gonna beat Minnesota, but I believe you're gonna struggle. I believe you're gonna struggle. I got Denver winning this series in 6, maybe 7. I don't see a sweep here. That's just me, my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think I am. And if I sound a little overconfident, maybe I am because I just don't think that y'all can beat them 4 straight times. I just don't. All right. I say the best, the last 2 for last because these are the best series. If you want to know what's the best series, there's 2 of them. One is the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. This ain't gonna be no cakewalk, Phoenix. And I got some people are picking the Clippers to beat the Phoenix Suns because Phoenix do get a lot of injuries at the wrong times. Yeah, let me just help you out. I got Phoenix winning this series in 7. So I want to get that out of the way right now. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I do not have Phoenix winning this series if either one of those stars get hurt. They cannot survive it. I don't care what the NBA have. They bench ranked at. What I see is they bench is not consistently producing. And in the playoffs, it's going to be hard. But when you got KD, you always have a shot. Yes, Chris Paul is good. Yes, Booker is really good. But let's just be honest. With Chris Paul and Booker, they couldn't win no championship. As far as they got, it's the finals. You bring on KD to take you over the hump, right? As long as y'all stay healthy, y'all will beat the Clippers in 7. But this is going to be a dogfight. Clipper fans, I am not disrespecting you. It's the KD factor in this one. If KD is healthy, I just don't believe that anybody on your team can stop you. And I know what you're saying, but we got Kawhi. And Kawhi can do his thing. Look, I'm not taking nothing from the Clippers. I just think the Phoenix Suns are better. And I think that team has way more experience than the Clippers as far as going to the playoffs. Now, I'm not talking about the players, I'm talking about the organization. So I'm taking the Phoenix Suns in seven reluctantly because I got a lot of respect for Kawhi Leonard, especially if he's healthy. So, but I am taking the Phoenix Suns. Now, I say this one for last. Why did I say it for last? Because I'm a Golden State fan. All right, so listen up, people. Pay attention because this is when it gets a little interesting. Okay, and and I mean really get interesting. Check this out. So all year long, I've been hearing everybody talk about the Golden State Warriors don't play defense. They don't play good on the road. They just horrible on the road. They don't play defense. I hear you. I hear you. But since, like I said, I've been a fan of Golden State since the We Believe year. So I'm just gonna tell you what I think. The Golden State Warriors are the Kansas City Chiefs of basketball. I think they truly get bored with the regular season, and not to mention they had buku injuries and personal issues during the regular season. But I don't know if y'all were watching that spanking they put on Portland. Now I know you saying, but that's Portland, man. Portland ain't nobody. That's true. But they treated them. They treated them really bad. I mean, when you beat somebody by 56 points, you treated them bad. You treated a mediocre team like a mediocre team should be treated. I mean, this is the ultimate disrespect, the ultimate dish. I mean, beating you in your home on your own court by over 50 points. Yeah, I didn't care about that though. What I was watching for was how was Golden State transitioning? How was Golden State? Did they look similar to what they normally look? And they're starting to really get there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So obviously, I got the Golden State Warriors beating the Sacramento Kings, but the Sacramento Kings can score some freaking points. They kind of go to sleep on defense sometimes, but they can truly score some points. So with that, you got to give them their props and their respect and say, Golden State is not going to sweep them. But I think Golden State going to beat this team in 5. I don't at the worst 6. Now, a lot of people may not agree with that and may think Sacramento could beat Golden State. They can. I don't think y'all underestimate and disrespect Golden State every year. And every year they embarrass you. And all of y'all start profiting. Always this, always that. Oh, I don't want to hear all that. Until somebody beat the Warriors and eliminate them out the playoffs, they are still the world champs. So for all you haters, just freaking get over it. The Warriors are, I believe, one of, if not the best team in the playoffs in this series. I don't care if they was a 6 seed or not. That's just me. So yeah, I got the Warriors in 5, at the most 6. We'll see how I do. But I'm gonna put it out there for y'all. And yes, I have the Warriors going to the Western Conference Finals, maybe even the finals. I'll keep y'all updated on that. I said all that to say this. Look, we're gonna be really bringing it on this NBA thing, and we also have the draft coming up. But if you've been following me or you've been watching my show, whether you watch it live or you watch it afterwards, if you've been following me, you know that one of the things that we're trying to do is get the equipment. I love how the podcasts that are doing really well, that are very have great sponsorship and stuff like that. They call podcasts like this a poor mouth podcast. And the first time I heard it, I was like, am I insulted by that? I'm not insulted by that. Everybody has to have a starting point, and I'm sorry I didn't play professional football, basketball, anything like that, so I cannot call Shaquille O'Neal on my show. I can't do it. I mean, I can't holler at Steph Curry and say, hey man, come on my show. But what I can do is give y'all the right content. I can give y'all the step-by-step things, but in order to do that, I have to have the right equipment. So as usual, what I do is we have a camera. We need really 2 of these cameras because these 2 cameras takes us to another level. Now, the funny thing is I'm working my butt off to get this camera too, but I'm asking my audience or my followers to help, to contribute. I mean, you can contribute in several different ways now. When I first started this, it was only one way. You have the Cash App, you have my PayPal, and now you have Facebook Stars. So listen up. What we're asking here at Let's Talk Sports is for any small, big, doesn't matter, whatever donation you feel like you can afford to send. And we're only talking to the people who can afford to send it. And for the people who can't, we asking that you like, share our videos, comment on our videos. And that is considered support. That's considered help. I saw a post today. It was funny. By an old friend of mine, he was saying, I'm gonna just paraphrase the quote. He said, if the people around you are not supporting you, then get new people. And I'm sorry, I kind of agree with that to a high degree, but in some cases, it's not that. Here's what I know: in some cases, people are supporting you. They just don't know that they're supporting you, or they just don't like being in the forefront. They'll help, they'll donate, they'll comment, or maybe they won't. But they're still supporting you. But for the most part, he's 100% right. It's why I always am seeking, following somebody who can mentor me, seeking sponsorship, um, seeking a totally different group of people, because people who grew up with you or people who know you personally, they don't see you in the same light. They see you as the last time that they spoke to you or they saw you somewhere. That's where they keep you. And some people even keep you still back in high school. Like, and you meet them, and then the first thing they start talking about is, remember this, remember that, remember this. And to be quite honest with you, that was then. It was great memories, but that was then. This is now. So anything that you have done, good or bad, the last, I guess you can say, reflection of you that they seen, that's where they have you at. Even if they see you 5, 6 years down the road, they keep you at the same place. When the truth is I'm not there. So when I saw his post, all I could think about was, well, if that's the case, I would have to get rid of everybody. Not everybody, so to speak, but the majority of the people that I know, because some of the people that I know are really contributing. I would have to really just like delete my whole page. And I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to ask for help and continue to ask people to support the show. But the reason I say that is because everybody wants to support something that's positive. I do. I support people that I don't even know. The reason why I support them is because I understand that they have a dream, and there's nothing more special than to see somebody accomplish or live their dream. But instead, what some of us do is we just hate on each other and just kick each other to the curb and say, you suck. All I'm gonna say is I hope that change. We need any donation that you could possibly get, whether it's small, whether it's big. We appreciate anything, or just even a, hey, you're doing a good job, or hey, you suck. Anything helps us. That's what we is. So in Ryan Clark words, this is a Poor Mouth podcast. Damn right it is. But it ain't gonna be there forever. And I say that with all confidence, with all passion. Look, coming up, for all y'all just joining in, I'm getting ready to end the show. So I hope you guys follow me, because I'm getting ready to light social media up. Y'all been about to see a whole bunch of new content starting today. Y'all gonna see clips of our show. Y'all gonna see reels. Y'all gonna see everything. It's gonna be like I'm everywhere. Why? Because we're making that push toward the draft. Our goal is to get that camera, get 2 of them, and get our following up to 2,500 followers. And I'm not going to ask for a following. I'm not going to continue to join 1,000 freaking groups to get following. I'm just going to ask my people who follow me right now, hey, introduce people to us. Say, hey, if you like our content, check this guy out, follow this guy. He actually has some pretty good stuff. Follow that team. That team is doing really good. We're gonna ask my audience to help me because without your audience, you can't grow. And I got a lot of new people. My audience have really been growing. It slowed down a little bit, and then it started going again. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube. I'm getting ready to be on TikTok. I'm getting ready to be on Apple Podcast. I'm getting ready to be on Spotify. Let me explain something to you. We ain't going anywhere, but we need you guys' support. With all that being said, every Thursday night at 7 p.m., we do our show, Central Time. On Saturdays, we do a follow-up to the show, and then it's really just kind of letting me let off some steam because I can hold some stuff inside sometimes, and I need to just unleash it. Saturday at 12 o'clock. We have the upcoming draft coming. We still haven't announced it yet because I don't know for sure, but believe me, this week you'll know about that. And we got a lot of stuff going on. So with all that being said, look, y'all be safe out there. For those of y'all who are in the storm, like I am, be safe out there. For those of y'all who are just recovering from something or going through something, may God have His hand on you. And all that being said, this is Rich Cole. Let's talk sports. Peace. I'm out.